There it is. Okay, so these are my bookmarks here. I'm glad. Actually, thank you for bringing this up, my friends at Iron Disciples. These are my own bookmarks in here. And let's see. This is funny. I had this question, by the way, from Jedediah Bila on Wednesday, and she asked me about, like, what is it about guys in the red pill and they don't want to give their partners orgasms? This is what I quoted, by the way. This is recently. Engagement in oral sex suggests that it is a common human sexual behavior. 67% of straight men reported receiving oral sex from their partner, whereas 99% of them reported performing oral sex on their partner. Interesting. Men use cunnilingus, that's the proper scientific term, as a way to manipulate their mates and retain their mates. Men may suspect that if their partner is deciding to leave them, it may behoove them to perform sexual behaviors that they normally would not engage in. Now, the controversial part of all of that, of course, is that that's what beta male primates do to sort of service their females, because the females are more interested, especially when they go into estrus, they're more interested in the alpha males. So there's a lot of study about that. Let's see, gossip. He's got another one on here that's pretty good too. But there is that. I'm glad you brought up the poly thing, because it kind of goes against the grain for like what a Destiny or a Jack Murphy or a George, Jeff Miller would say. Let's keep going here. That wasn't it. You guys are what's going to happen is you guys are going to go like slowly go back. What are we looking at here? Really, it's not that interesting, especially when I do financial stuff at the IMF. That's suicide stats. Let's see. So if you guys are ever wondering like where I'm pulling, like, because I usually put these on as like screen caps. This is a good one. Male participants sacrifice more in terms of physical pain for their romantic partners and opposite sex friends than female participants. And this was just as recent as like April 2nd of this year. That's Rolf Dang. If you don't follow Rolf, you follow all these guys, by the way, please do. Rob Henderson has 104,000 followers and he's got a check mark. God damn it. This was a good one. Using data on males aged 18 to 59, current measures of muscularity are significantly positively associated with number of total sexual partners and partners. Oh, God damn it. Hang on. Sorry, it reloaded. Anyways, the more muscly you are, the more sexual partners you're going to have. In fact, there's actually a study that shows your average guy's bench press versus their sexual frequency. I thought that was a pretty good one too. Keep going. Oh, is this it? No, not that one. This is what couples argue about. I have another one. There's a data set that I have about poly, though, and poly and violence, which sort of speaks to what you guys were talking about. It's muscularity, sex difference. Oh, by the way, this is great. Sex differences in muscularity translate into the average man being stronger than 99.9% of women. You want a kick in the teeth? Here you go. The sex difference in upper body muscle mass in humans is similar to the sex difference in lean body mass in gorillas, the most sexually dimorphic primate. Anytime somebody says, well, women can do it too, there's still some strong girls, but bookmark that, like me. All right. I kind of want to reuse this. I'm going to use this a little bit later. The greatest intergenerational transmission of left to right ideology consists of parents who pass on their liberal orientation to their daughters. Really good one there. Open question of intelligence as a man. Okay, that was a good one. This Steve Stewart Williams. If you don't follow Steve, please do. He's really good. Let's see. This is another great one. I really should use this with Jedediah. This is Rolf. This is from so this is a PDF study. The only factor that predicted a positive emotional outcome from casual sex, Dr. Jordan Peterson, from casual sex was being a man. You will get a positive emotional outcome from casual sex if you're a dude. By the way, let me stress that out for you guys for 1 second here. I get this a lot. So people will say, hey, and I'll come back to you, Iron Disciples. I hear people say this all the time. Even Jordan Peterson actually talks about this too. The idea that men and women are just the same. We're just the same, and we're just have the plumbing's different. You want to talk about like blank slate equalism, egalitarian equalism? That's the problem in not identifying the differences between men and women and our mating strategies. The one is correct and the other one is very, very bad, right? Men, bad. Women, good. Because they're concerned about the long term. Even Peterson talks about this quite a bit. David Buss talks about this. Damn near any Pinker probably talks about this as well, I think. The idea that hypergamy only exists on the beta buck side of the equation, that's where this comes from. And so when you see stuff about like the hookup culture, when you see stuff about like, oh, guys having, casual sex. Oh, I showed that in the very first video here. Well, it's very satisfying and validating for guys to have, 100 sexual partners in 6 months. Who? The 80%ers aren't having that. Or 100 sexual partners in 3 months or 3 weeks or 3 days. I don't know. Dude, Jordan, can we talk? The very fact that that's even exaggerated to that degree shows me you're either reading from a teleprompter or you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Okay. However, there is a difference when we talk about promiscuity and we talk about how it affects women. When we say women who have more, I think me and Myron did this show. It was back in February. We did the promiscuity show, or why a woman's body count matters. And the reason why it matters is, I'll come back to that. The reason why it matters is because for women have a higher investment cost in reproduction. That's why men do not. That's why casual sex works for guys and it doesn't work for women. That's why you're a slut when you have sex with a lot of guys, ladies. And it's also why guys are not sluts. They are actually higher value because they're the kind of guy who can get laid. They're the guys that other men want to be and other women want to bang. And it's evidenced in the fact that they have had lots of sexual partners. As I said, I'm going to, who was it? I think it was, where did it go? Hold on one second, guys. I already showed you guys that one. Where did it go? I think it was Sterling. Yeah, Sterling Cooper said this at the surest sign or the best sign of, what you call it? Let's see. Oh, here it is. If she turns up on a date with a hair tie on her wrist, you're fucking that night tonight. That was a pretty good one, but that's not actually what I was after. Where did it go? Sterling, you gave me a really good one not too long ago. I'm going to have to paraphrase Sterling here in just a second. Where did it go? No, Sterling said, it was like the surest sign, like for pre-selection is that a guy can get laid. So if a guy knows his way around a woman's body, it's a good bet that he's pre-selected. So when you're the idea or the manifestation of those behaviors is if that guy knows how to fuck, that's a good sign that the dude is already pre-selected by other women who taught him, like, okay, this is how you get me off. This is how you have, you're a really good lover, right? In that sense right there, that's what Sterling was talking about. But it also coincides with the fact that when we're talking about emotions, we're talking about how women have to invest emotionally in a man, whereas men don't have that same kind of prerequisite. That's scientifically proven that guys do not have the same investment cost in reproduction that women do. I don't know how much more simplistic I can put that.